I went to the pursuit of truth. So the Queen has passed away, and I suppose truthers will have different views on this um, because of her position and the idea of the system that she represents. From a humanity point of view, she was a human being like the rest of us, so we should feel that that she's no more. And obviously, from us living under this system, under this rule for all this time, only having her as the Queen, strangely, it does have an emotional feeling to me, even though I don't believe in monarchy, and I'd rather they didn't have it because I don't believe in the inequality that it creates. But I do feel something because she's a human being, and because I guess she's been present in our system life, as it were. I mean, even from her perspective, she's been a slave to the job that she's had to serve for such a long time. She couldn't just retire. I'm sure she sat through millions of boxes to open letters and concerts that she had no interest in, but she had to do it because she's the monarch. And yeah, I know obviously a lot of people say she had a lavish life, which she did obviously. But also she did have that part of her life where she couldn't live normally like the rest of us. She couldn't do whatever she wanted, or she had to do all these extra things that she may not have wanted to do because it was part of the job of monarchy. Because my main problem is the inequality that it causes by having someone who's empowering over you, same with leaders and etc. There should be a way that we can all work together where there isn't this illusion of power, because that creates division. Of course, she was, the monarchy represents division in what it did to the rest of the world through Queen Victoria and previous monarchs before that in wars and things. But the other thing I wanted to say about the issue is like how they talked about, when they knew that she was unwell, how they talked about her being looked after by her own doctor and all this, and you imagine if it was another person, that fell over and, was in a coma and dying, or frail and dying because it's done too much, that, you'd phone the ambulance, you'd have to wait maybe 10, 14 minutes for the ambulance to come, and then you'd have to be taken to an A&E, and with A&E you could be waiting there for hours. I know, people that are in agony waiting in the A&E to be seen. Obviously if you're having a massive heart attack, then you will get seen, but if it's something that's not life-threatening, or take time. I mean, it's had people who's had a stroke waiting. They've had their scan, but they're waiting for the results with their face down in A&E waiting. And then they may get a bed, or they may be on a trolley in a corridor, waiting for a consultant and etc. So yeah, it's not wrong that she shouldn't have this private healthcare where someone looks after her straight away, does the best that money could buy. But the problem is that we all don't have that. We all should be living like that, and that's the problem. She has like many castles and land and all this kind of thing, and lords over these things, as if any of us can be a majesty and can be an owner of anything, because we're just here for a short amount of time. So I do have those problems with it, but I don't want to go into that too deeply. But that's the inequality of this, and I know no one's going to say this, so that's why I'm saying it, because I'm not bound like journalists and politicians who, even if they don't believe in the monarchy, like I believe Liz Truss when she was a Lib Dem did, and etc., or these journalists who may not believe in it, but they have to say these things because that's their job. Their job is the same as with the monarchy. You have to say certain things. You can't say the truth. You can't say what you're feeling, because people say, "Oh no, that's so disgraceful that you're saying something that differs from the script that everyone's meant to be the singing from." So yeah, that's why I'm saying it, because yes, she was a human being, and she did live a lavish life, but also she did, like I'm saying, have to do all these things. She did serve this position in the system. If you look at it that way, she did serve for a long time, do a lot of things that she probably didn't really want to do, and was a bastion for this system country. But from a truther perspective of looking at the truth and humanity and etc. Yes, she was a human being and she did all the stuff that she may not wanted to do, but also she lived a life where we don't get to live that life. She doesn't need a passport. She can go anywhere she likes. Now, that's not wrong for her to have it, but what's wrong is that we don't all have it. We should all be living like royalty, all of us. We should all be living like kings and queens. Every single person should be a king and queen. Every single person shouldn't need a passport. They should be able to travel wherever they want. Every single person should have healthcare that's the best in the world. And when they need it, they can be seen straight away, rather than what, like these cancer patients due to COVID, and even before that, the backlogs of waiting for weeks to be seen, and then these things get worse. So yeah, I don't want to go on too much, but I just thought this is to give my view on this. Yeah, take care, take the best in peace.